afternoon. Oh, good. Good evening, I guess. Good evening. My name is Eric Williams, and Executive Director for Equity Affairs at GRCC, and we are really pleased to have all of you with us this evening. And this is a special night, and because this is our charter Alpha Beta Omega class, and we've had some wonderful experiences with the men in this room, and a couple of new gentlemen who are joining us as well. Grand Rapids Community College is pleased to have this program, and it's a leadership program, and it's designed around about looking at our African American male students and how do we create opportunities for leadership, opportunities for success, and how do we connect them to the community in a broader way. We had a charter class of 20 gentlemen, 15 were actually enrolled in the college, and the grades this semester, I want you to know this, okay? The grade for this group of students actually was higher, 2 points higher than most other students in the college. You know, so you did extremely well. We're proud of you, and this is what it's all about. One of the things we do talk about and we do believe is that you know, we African American men overall have done not as well as other groups of students in the college. And the president, Dr. Stephen Ender, who could not be here tonight and extends his congratulations to you, wanted to be here, but it was his request that we figure out how do we address the academic success of black men at GRCC. One of the things we do know is that we're not low achievers, but underachievers. And so how do we put a structure in place to allow these men to reach their full potential? And ladies and gentlemen, they're doing it, and we're excited about it. Andre Fields will have a chance to talk in a few minutes, but I want Andre to stand up, please. Stand up. And I want to introduce Andre because Andre is really the captain of the ship, and he's created the vision for this entire program. I'm always bragging on Andre, but Andre is real close to obtaining his doctorate degree, his PhD, and we're proud of that. Let's give him a hand. And not only that, his field of study is on academic success of African American men. So he knows this field. He's an expert in this field, and he's brought all of that to bear, you know, for each of you men. And Andre has been fighting for you, trying to get resources and everything else to make sure that program is successful. So we salute you, brother. Amen. I'm not going to talk long. It's dinner time. Anybody hungry? You know, now, Michael, we know you're hungry, okay? Now, I can talk for a long time. If y'all want to talk, y'all want to eat or hear me talk? Wait, somebody show some love. Somebody show some love. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Talk while you eat. You know what, I want to ask Doc to come up and just offer a blessing over the food. And bring her up here with you, man. Yeah, just bring her with you. This is his daughter. She's as pretty as she can be.
Can everybody bow your heads, close your eyes? Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this special night, God. Dear Father, I pray that the food be a nourishment to our bodies. Dear Father, and just let us learn more about Alpha, Beta, Omega. Just let us feel proud of our accomplishments this semester. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. The way we're gonna start serving, if you don't mind, is we're gonna start. No, not all those men over there. We're gonna start over here. No, we're gonna start, Sean, with your table, and if you would go first, and this table, and just loop it on around, okay? If you go out this door here, and you can enter and back in the back door. But the food is lined up in the hallway. Everything is all prepared. Oh, let me make sure it's prepared. Just 1 second, okay? I think we're good, but let me check. All right, we are all set to serve, and so these gentlemen here, if you would, there's a lady over here too. I'm just saying gentlemen, I'm sorry. Okay, so if you begin here, and we would just make sort of an S, out this door, into the following door. Thank you.
All right. Before he takes off, this man right here, Brett, he made that video, so could we all get Yeah, when he first showed it to me, and I already admitted this to him, I didn't think it would be that good. So he blew me back a little bit, so we're very appreciative of that. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna talk for about 4 minutes max. So if I go over 4 minutes, somebody throw a leftover cheesecake at me, and I'll stop talking. No bones, no hard objects, man. Okay, what I'm gonna do is kind of talk to you guys about the program, but then also I want to talk to you guys about the men that you guys are here with, and about what they're wanting to do and why they signed up for ABO, and the potential that they have. First of all, I also want to thank, where'd my man go? Eric Williams. You embarrass me, I'm embarrass you. All right. That's my partner in crime right there. Me and Eric work real well together. So, good friend of mine. So anyway, we're gonna get started. How many people are here from out of town? Okay, a couple. Okay, so you guys will be my timers. If I get over 4 minutes, stop me. The purpose of ABO is simple. It is to help people to develop the skill set and the knowledge base that they're going to need to serve as leaders with their families, in their community, and for some of these guys, they want to be world leaders. And so you just don't become a leader overnight. You have to have a certain set of knowledge and a certain set of skills. And so most of the time when we think of leaders, we think of followers. If someone said, what does it mean to be a leader? You'll say if you have followers or people that believe in your ideals and all of that. But that's not what a leader is. I think a leader is a person that takes responsibility for making someone else's life better. And so outside of looking for followers and people to agree with everything you say, it's about using your mind, your emotions, and your actions towards creating a better future for people and creating a better culture for people to live in, especially those who are vulnerable. And the guys who are in this group, they understand that. And so when they signed up for this group, it's because they feel like they have a higher calling. It's because they feel like they have a higher purpose. And so they understand that to reach that higher calling and that higher purpose, sometimes you need support, and you need people who think like you and who are on the same level. So that's why they're in this group. The thing that we've been talking about a lot in the last few weeks is legacy. And so these men are really bent on creating a new legacy for their families. A lot of them come from a history of poverty, a history of lack, a history of disadvantage. And so they've made it their mission to reverse that cycle. And they said, look, my children won't be poor like I was poor. My grandchildren won't be poor. And when you think of legacy, you think of passing on wealth, passing on property and things like that. But these guys, they do want to leave their families comfortable, but they also want to bring morals to their families. They want to bring values, and they want to bring tradition. And so that takes dedication. And these guys have signed up for it, and we ride them real hard. To be in this group and to be considered a successful ABO member, you need a 3.0 or higher. And so this semester, we have 6 guys in ABO who achieved that mark. Next semester, we're looking for everybody to get a 3.0. There's no reason why you should not get a 3.0. That's what we tell these guys, because we believe in them. We believe in all these guys. So I want you people who are with these young men to support them. And no matter how knuckleheadish they may act around you, they do have the hearts and the minds of leaders. And so work with them, support them, and it's like an investment, right? So when they get rich and when they get in the positions that they're looking for, they can always look back and say, you were always there for me, right? Versus you were always nagging me. So I'm gonna finish it up with this. We talked a couple weeks ago about the formula for creating a true legacy. And so a lot of the guys in our group, again, they're coming from disadvantage, they're coming from lack, all kind of circumstances. And so we understand that in order for you to achieve the vision and the legacy that you're trying to build, you have to be educated. And we're teaching these young men that education doesn't mean you come to class and you get talked at by your professor, but to be educated means to bring out your talents, your abilities, your gifts, and your skills, and essentially to become an expert in some field. And so to be truly considered an expert, you have to be able to solve problems. And so these men, they're beginning to think critically about what problems they want to solve, whether it's problems with human behavior, whether it's problems with technology, information, or whatever. They're thinking about the problems that they want to solve. And the reason why they want to solve problems is because, who can answer that question? Brent. When you can solve problems, what happens automatically by default? That's right. You become relevant. To be relevant means that society needs you. It means that they cannot write you off. They cannot silence you because you answer their problems, you answer their prayers, and you bring solutions. So no matter how much they don't like you, what you look like, what color you are, what your background is, if you can solve their problems, society's gonna keep you around, and you have a price tag on you now, and they have to pay for you and your services. And so that's what these men are becoming. Educated experts who solve problems and achieve relevancy and who leave legacies. So on that note, we're going to begin to induct these young men into the Alpha Beta Omega World Leader Society. And so, Mersalata Muhammad. Thank you. You probably can use this. I'm thinking they can use it.
All right, welcome. I do appreciate having the opportunity to run this portion of the evening, and I'm reading off my phone, so I love it's smart. Why not use it? So my name is Morsalata Muhammad, and I teach here in the English department, and I also help out with ABO. One of the things that I'm passionate about and that you all are helping me with and help me help you is that we're gonna do a civic engagement. There's a civic engagement component to ABO. And so we don't just go into the community and say, hey, we're gonna do some volunteer work. We have to spend time getting ready to go in the community and making sure that what we do in the community is what the community actually wants. So the first part of the semester, I've had you all spend time thinking about, okay, how do we actually go in the community and what do we do? And then in a month or two, we're actually going to do our work, which is a partnership with Grand Rapids Public Library and Martin Luther King Jr. Academy, which is a Grand Rapids public school. So that's where we will be. So I appreciate doing that. But for this part, oh, and I have to tell you this, I haven't really thought about the uniform at all. I just knew you were gonna look good, and you all do. When I came in here tonight, I said, I want a blazer. I want one now. It looks really hard. I wanna look that good, dude. Look nice, I want a little crest. So just keep that in mind. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna call up a group, about 6 or 7 at a time, and before they sort of cross over here and go and get officially inducted, where they're gonna sign their John Hancock's over there, they'll have an opportunity to speak with you and answer 2 questions. Because not everybody was on the video, so you want everybody to have a chance to be a star. And I'm assuming that Andre has let everybody in the room know that you are going to answer 2 questions. But if he didn't, I just did. So there you have it. Okay, and you have 30 seconds to answer your questions. We're gonna have the Jeopardy music playing, so. All right, so. And when you come up, please, this is gonna be your microphone, you can't have mine. This is gonna be your microphone. And I'm gonna have you all line up over here, right? And then I'll be on the other side and I'll ask you the questions. You're good? Okay. All right, we're just getting set up. I like when people whisper and everybody can hear what you're saying. Like, we're just getting set up right now. All right, so, and I'm doing my best to, and if I pronounce your name incorrectly, please, when you get up here, nicely tell me how to pronounce it, because I do understand. Again, my name is Morsalata, so if I get it wrong, I want to get it right. All right, so can I have Michael Caston Coleman come on down? Come over here. Thank you. Andrew Marsh. Yay. All right. Dion Terry Carlisle. Oh. That's right. Some of you are just have to bring the family with you. Did I say your name right? Thank you, Dontari Carlisle. And next, Brent Smith. And I know that Elsie Cooper knows, so Elsie Cooper. Terrence Brown. So you can go way at the end, that way he can still be first, right? Okay. All right, you wanna go over to the mic and I will do my little reading of the questions, which I should know after a couple times here. All right, so question number 1. How do you define leadership?
Leadership, I define it with one word: accountability for your faults and your upbringings, for all the things that you're gonna make in this world and all the things you may destroy but build up again.
Thank you. Next question. If you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I would say illiteracy in the urban environments, because, I mean, without language skills, we have nothing. We have no society, we have no evolution.
All right, thank you. All right, we're not gonna get fancy, we're gonna use the same questions. All right, so, Andrew, how do you define leadership?
Leadership, it'd be a character of being strong, but being able to be humble enough to allow others the chance to follow you.
Okay, and if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
That would be slavery, especially the sex trafficking that's going around.
Thank you. Right. All right. Now, you have to answer the question, but can we know who's with you since she's there center stage?
This is my daughter, Zari. Say hi. Can you wave?
Okay, so how do you define leadership?
I define leadership as being able to listen and take directions. That's how you can give directions and tell people what to do.
Okay. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I think I would probably solve the community asset building. I think in our community we need more assets and more things to improve the problems in our community.
All right. Thank both of you. Thank you. Brent. Brent, we would like to know, how do you define leadership?
Well, I define leadership as an integral thing, because I feel like you got to stand for what you believe in, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter who tell you you can't, you know you can, no matter what, if you just give it the effort.
Okay. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
Well, ain't nothing changed. Y'all seen the video. It had to be poverty, you know, because I'm a product of that environment. I'm a project kid, so coming from there, here, shows the progress, you know?
All right. Thank you. LC, we would like to know, how do you define leadership?
I define leadership as influence. When you have the proper influence on someone, all of everything that you stand for will come out.
Okay, and if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I would solve racism. I believe human beings have an extremely awesome power to be passionate, and once we get over that little barrier, we'll be able to conquer anything.
Thank you. Terrence.
Evening. How y'all doing?
Hi. Terrence, would you please fill us in on how you define leadership?
I feel leadership is being part of being a leader is listening and following directions, but also listening to the peers or the ones that you are leading and getting their input and also putting it together with yours so y'all all can have a common ground to build and make things happen.
Okay. And could you tell us if you could solve one world problem, what would that be?
I mean, mine was sort of something like racism, but it's deeper than that. I just did a workshop today, and it got real deep. But I would say discrimination. And the reason why I say discrimination is because we all get it. I don't care if you're old, young, black, white, Chinese, whatever color you may be. The fact of the matter is discrimination is like a heart and soul of hatred. And that's hating of not knowing. And if you learn and know someone, you might just like that person.
All right, thank you. All right. Ready for the next 6. So now you know your name's going to be called, so don't look surprised. I like that. Like, what? Me? Yes, you in the blazer. All right. Mark Gregory. Come on down. Nassan Cox. Okay. Tyson Marshall. Courtney Means. No Courtney Means. Moses Stamps. Not here. Oh, it is. Tyrell Frederick. Yay! James Mosley. Ulysses Eccles. I like that. Corey Taylor. Sean Smith. Okay, so we're gonna get started then. Ready? Go talk. Ready to talk tonight? Okay, so can you please tell us how you define leadership?
How I define leadership is like when people have an issue, you need to be able to relate to them so that they can get the information that you need to bring out to them.
Okay. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I think it would be to stop the hate-on-hate crime. So people can be able to get jobs because there's so much out there now with our brothers is killing one another. So I think that's mine, is to stop the hate-on-hate crime.
All right, thank you. Ready? All right, so could you please tell us how do you define leadership?
Hold on, I came prepared, but I didn't prepare to memorize, what I wrote down.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, there you go. Leaders use resources.
Well, I define leadership, or a person with leadership skills, as a self-disciplined individual who can verbally and non-verbally persuade a positive lifestyle to the community. Non-verbally meaning to be the positive influence and not just speaking about it.
All right. Now, can you tell us if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
So, if I could solve one world problem, the world would be financially stable, which would effectively end world hunger, homelessness, medical, and education expenses.
Got my vote. Yep. All right. You ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Keep up with that one.
Could you tell us how you define leadership?
I would define leadership as
it'll be commitment, because, you know, you have to show that you, sorry. It'll be commitment because you have to show that you're ready to lead the group and everything, and you would have to endure all the problems that the group has and try to make it better.
Okay. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I would have to say violence, the recent violence that has been going on, because everybody, you know, world's changing, and, you know, you don't want the kids to grow up finding out about all this, and, you know, sorry.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's hard to solve world problems. You only have 30 seconds.
But it'll have to, I'll say violence, because, you know, you don't want your kids to grow up in this kind of world, and that would be kind of wrong, so.
Thank you. Ulysses.
Wow.
I like that name. Ulysses. Could you tell us how you define leadership?
Well, to me, leadership is a person that sets the standards. You know, he makes the bar, and it's a person that can look at others and draw something out of them, and make their life a little bit more easier. You know what I mean? You know, it directs them in a positive way. You know, you lead by example. You know, not just, you know, somebody to get out there to show you the way, and it makes it easier. You know, to believe in yourself.
Okay. Now, if you could solve one world problem in 30 seconds.
Homelessness.
What? Okay.
Homelessness, because I see a lot of people, and we have this area in Grand Rapids Division Street that you see a lot of these people. A lot of these people are ex-military and things of this nature, you know, and it's sad to see our ex-military people homeless, you know, and I would like to put an end to that if I could.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Corey.
Hey.
Could you tell us how you define leadership?
In my opinion, I think a leadership should have the qualities, a lot of qualities actually, but motivation for me is a key. You're gonna go through some hard times, and the person that you're following, if you can just look at them and see in their face that they're dedicated to making that goal or plan happen, you know, it makes you want to continue further too.
Okay. And if you could solve one world problem, what would that be?
I think the lack of communication and knowledge and understanding. I know for me, when I first came here, I'm new to Grand Rapids, so I didn't know a lot of people. And Andre helped me a lot to show me the doors that I needed to go through in order to succeed here in life, period. So.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome.
Hello.
Could you please tell us how you define leadership?
I feel like a leader, he validates those who are around him. He esteems the low man, and he finds the strength in people who perceive themselves to be weak. I feel like a leader inspires those around him to aspire for something greater.
Thank you. And could you tell us if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I would like to put an emphasis back on small scale projects, like as far as like just basic necessities that other countries may have. Like it's countries who don't have water. They don't have clean water, and it's something that we tend to overlook. And I feel like in America, oftentimes we kind of flex our economical muscle, and we throw money at problems instead of putting the emphasis back on the small scale things. Like if we actually had people who went down and did groundwork and seen what need to be changed, and to actually have interpersonal communications with the people. And that's what I do.
All right, thank you. All right, our next group of inductees, Alec Vinson. Devontae Baldwin. Lawrence Turley. And Anderson Williams. All right, welcome to the microphone, Alec.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Could you tell us how you define leadership?
A leader, in my eyes, is a person who overcomes adversity and has the initiative to make people follow for the common good.
All right. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
Genocide. Because I believe that nobody should not die for what they believe in.
Thank you. All right, Devante, welcome.
Good evening.
Could you tell us how you define leadership?
Leadership is an opportunity to incite change in those that otherwise would not believe in it.
And if you could solve a one world problem, what would it be?
The first one that comes to mind would probably be poverty, but I want to change ignorance first.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome, Lawrence.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, could you tell us how you define leadership?
Leadership to me is being yourself. No leader, you're not a leader if you're not yourself. How could you lead someone if you're acting to be someone else?
And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
I'm not even sure if this is a world problem, but the percentage on single mothers. Here it is, a room full of men, and none of us should create something and leave it behind.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome. Anderson, could you tell us how you define leadership?
Leadership is the ability to stand in front of adversity and be responsible enough to make rational decisions to come out of that adversity.
Okay. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
One world problem would be the removal of nuclear powers and warfare. I believe in going back into the integrity of the contact of human beings. Let's get rid of what destroys and let's build on what was created.
All right, thank you. All right, our next group of inductees, come on down. Sean Wade. Jonathan Jackson. Joseph Dorsey. Darren Darnell. Rodney Cobbins. And Todd Johnson. All right, so our next group of wow, you're ready. All right, I'm not, but I'm catching up with you. I just want to let the room know that our next group of inductees have all earned scholarships this semester for their academic performance. And as Andre mentioned, at the end of this semester, we'll have like twice as many of you up there. You will be up there anyway, but you'll be up there with your scholarship money. Yay. All right, so now I've caught up with you, Sean. Sean, could you please tell us how you define leadership?
The way I define leadership is that a true leader unlocks the potential out of his followers to make them a better person, kind of like how Andre said. A leader isn't a dictator and is not afraid to go ask for help or go ask something from its followers. A leader, is a leader straight up.
And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
You know, all my brothers stole every one of my answers. So I'm just gonna start. So I'm just gonna end it off by saying this: I stop the gloom. And what I mean by the gloom is negative advertising that we see on the news. You know, every time we watch the news, what we see about murders and killings and people breaking in and stuff like that. You know, I'll stop the warfare, hunger, you know, just the gloom in general, everything. Stop all the problems, actually.
All right, thank you. Jonathan, and I just have to say this for the record, this is the first time. This is the first time I've seen you without a guitar. I didn't recognize you because you didn't have a guitar.
Word, I forgot it.
All right, Jonathan, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
take it off. It's
there
good.
There you go. Can you tell us how you define leadership?
Actually, to me, leadership is totally something different from everyone else. I usually think a leader is somebody that's pretty weird and out of the ordinary that can kind of change people's sight and what they do every day, in everyday life, yeah.
Right. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
It would be world peace, because I don't know why people fight so much. It's just annoying sometimes. And that's my whole deal.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome. Joseph, can you tell us how you define leadership?
I define a leader as someone that can stand out on their own and help guide either one or a group down a right path to success.
All right, and if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
It would also be racism, because I believe everyone should be equally and not treated differently by the color of their skin.
All right, thank you. All right, Darren, can you tell us how you define leadership?
I define leadership as someone having humility and empathy, not only with himself, but those who he lead as well.
And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
Probably be abortion, because I believe everybody got a chance in this world they created.
Okay, thank you. All right, Rodney, can you share with us your definition?
God is good all the time God is good. My definition of leadership is working without reward in terms of payment in mind, doing what's right in a room full of wrong, doing what's right with understanding that it may require, as Martin Luther King, your life to be laid down and not being afraid to do that. I define leadership as being humble enough to ask for help when you need it.
All right, thank you. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
If I could solve a world problem as it relates to the black world, Africanos would be the miseducation, so that we'll be more tolerant of our differences in the way that we look. And on the global scale, it would be the child development, because I feel it's easier or best to build up the children to success than to try to recreate or redirect already misdeveloped adult. So for me, the world would be a better place if we were all better educated and if we all focused on development of the child with the Spirit of God in mind.
All right, thank you. And again, this group of inductees have also earned academic scholarships. So next up, we have Todd Johnson. And Todd decided that earning one scholarship just wasn't enough. So he decided to earn another one. So Todd has earned the Milo M. Brown Scholarship. And we are sort of practice for him because he's got to accept his other scholarship tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So, I'm still. So Todd's going to answer our questions, but he's also going to share a bit of from his scholarship application. So Todd, can you tell us how you define leadership?
Well, I guess one of the ways I can define leadership is these gentlemen in this room, ABO. You know, I say it like this, effective, bold, and open-minded. You know, that's what made us who we are in this room. That's what brought us together.
Thank you. And if you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
My world problem would be communication. And as he would say it earlier about literacy or slavery and all these other different aspects, I believe if you all had a certain faith or believed in one God and followed that God, that all these other things would be alleviated.
All right. Thank you. And before we're not going to let him go because, right, if you earn 2 scholarships, you got to talk a little more. So.
Well, I'm just going to chop this one real short. I really love attention, and I love mics, and I love cameras and action and all that. But the one thing I do love is I love to write, and I'm learning how to write better. You know, you can always be eloquent in your speech, and you can persuade somebody with the conversation in your body language. But can you persuade them with your language when they don't see you? And that's one of the things that at the end of my speech, and I'll just kind of go into where I was at. That's why I stand here at GRCC College with the hope for young African American men on this journey of their education. I am inspired by the images of people past, like Dr. Martin Luther King or Milo M. Brown and others. There is one who really impacted my life to further my education, or my goals in my education, my father, Thomas E. Gordon, Sr. I mention this man for the example that he displayed in my life, for his encouragement to me to be persistent about achieving what I want out of life. You must make an investment in life in order to get something out of it, not just to expect it to be handed to you. But the closing part is this. It says, the achievements that are of value or of any quality, you must earn them with some planning, some thinking, also very hard work. You see, involvement and investment have to be like a set of old keys used to unlock doors in a new era for a brighter future.
Thank you. Okay, it was brought to my attention that we still have one person that we need to hear from today, Courtney Means. They're easy questions. You've been working on this all semester. So that's your mic over here. That's just my mic. This is mine. Okay, so, well, again, thank you for being able to be here tonight. And the first question is simply, how do you define leadership?
I think it's a person's strength, you know, the way they carry themselves, their actions, their struggles. Excuse me, I just came out the cold, so, so I just can't.
That's okay.
I'm not really a speaker, but I would say he's not looking for attention for what he's trying to do in life. He just goes about his business, and he just put his head to the grind and really go forward in life, and whatever comes, whatever comes. So
okay, thank you. All right, we have one more question for you, then we'll let you warm up.
Yeah,
we're doing it in the reverse here. We'll ask you the questions, then we'll let you warm up. If you could solve one world problem, what would it be?
It would probably be world hunger for me, because, you know, just people who are less fortunate, who don't have a home to go to, and who don't have a house to go to, who don't have especially a family to go back home to. I think that's really important. People that support them and really love them, and just the less fortunate. For me, it's just for me, just to give back to the less fortunate. That's what's really in my heart. That really sticks to me, because I'm from Job Corps, so and I don't have transportation. I don't have a car, so I have to get here by bus. And for me, just to see people, I see the less fortunate. I see them going by the missions, and just to get something to eat, and just to have something to drink, and just somewhere to go to. That really what sticks to me, and that really wants me to. That really. It hurts me in my heart, but that's what motivates me. Wants to do better in life, and wants to push my life further than anything. So just to see anybody less fortunate than me, that's enough for me.
All right, thank you. And there was a reason Courtney closes out our induction ceremony. And again, can we get another round of applause for everyone? All right, so again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for supporting and seeing what we're all about here. And I'm gonna turn it back over to Andre. I'm finally gonna let the mic go.
Thank you very much. Let's give Mercelata a hand clap. Christopher Sainz is going to close us out, but before he does, I want to give a one quick shout out to Victor over here. He's the ABO tutor. He's the designated tutor. Victor. All right, you guys have a good night. Chris?
Before we go, I just want to say, I want to first thank all the supports I see. Supports meaning family, friends, loved ones who are here to support these guys. They putting in work. They putting in work. We believe in them. I'm a mentor to a lot of these guys, and so we see the grind every day, day in and day out, and we putting in a lot of work. Andre, Eric, and I want to say thank y'all, because they got a brotherhood and a small community in us, but it's y'all who they go home to every day. You understand? And so that's important for you guys to continue to be there in their life, because we hear all the stories about you, about the good, the bad, and the ugly through our interactions with them, okay? So I want to tell you guys to, on your way home today, be safe in your travels. Don't be in a rush. I drove here and the weather was getting bad, but I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and we hope to see you guys again when we do this next year. All right?